Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be predicting the 2025 NFL Playoffs Conference Championship to see who is going to head into Super Bowl 59. But before we get started with the prediction, I normally don't do videos like this. I know this has nothing to do with the political world, but I do like football. Before we start, make sure you guys are subscribed, click the bell so you don't miss out my content. Press the like button, share this video. Don't forget, we do have memberships. You can find links to that in the description section if you are interested. Here are my predictions for the championship games for both the AFC and NFC. Let's start off with the NFC. You have the Washington Commanders traveling to Philadelphia. Now, these two teams have faced each other twice in the regular season. They are divisional opponents. And same thing goes for the Bills and Chiefs. They both have met, but only one time this season in which the Bills actually won that first matchup, but we'll get to that later. As for the Commanders and the Eagles, they split, as we all know. The Commanders won the second time, 36-33, by just a field goal, 3 points. And in the first matchup in Philadelphia, so the last time they played each other in Philadelphia, which is what this championship game is going to be played at, the Eagles ended up winning by a pretty decent amount of around 8 points, or exactly 8 points. Sorry, I'm used to, the political vocabulary, around or about or approximately whatever percentage there is, but exactly 8 points the Eagles won last time in Philadelphia. That game was in November 14th. Now, this is January, late January, so it's going to be cold. I believe like around 30 degrees or whatsoever. I don't think that's going to really impact the game that much. I mean, it's going to be windy, around 13 miles per hour, according to the weather app in Philadelphia for Sunday's game. I believe this will be played at around 3:30 p.m. Let me know if I'm wrong. But the Commanders are dealing with a few injuries, mainly on the, I would say, O-line. But if you take a look at the matchups, actually take a look at the overall injury report, Jalen Hurts also was a little limpy during the Rams game last week for the divisional round, which led to his safety. He didn't really have any mobility. He just took the sack in the end zone. But that's besides the point. He didn't look that bad after that, so I expect he should be fully ready to go. And so far, the Eagles' injury report is actually looking pretty decent. Watch out for some of these other injuries, like Dallas Goedert, who is expected to play the tight end. He himself said that he is expected to play despite not practicing for 2 straight days in a row. But if A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are both ready to go for the Eagles wide receivers, which it looks like they both most likely are, that will enable more weapons for Jalen Hurts on top of his great tight end, Dallas Goedert. So I think offensively for the Philadelphia Eagles, they're looking pretty solid, and I think they could shred Washington's defensive line because of Saquon Barkley. Obviously, as we all know, this past season, the Commanders' defensive line has been struggling significantly to stop the run. And what do the Eagles do best? They run the ball. Unless if they go away from that and they start passing more often, it might actually hurt them because the Commanders' pass defense is better than their run defense. So the Commanders struggle at stopping the run. And if they can get Saquon Barkley going, then I think that will open up the door for more scoring, more opportunity, and I think there will be high scoring in this game. The last time these two teams played, it was in the 30s, so I think it will be great potential for this game to be in the low 30s as well. So my score prediction for the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles is going to be 35-33. I have the Eagles slightly taking the advantage in this game, heading to the Super Bowl for the first time. Actually, the last time they were in there was in 2022 when they lost to the Chiefs. And so I think the last time there was a rookie quarterback who made it to the championship game, they ended up losing. I believe there were 4 rookie quarterbacks in history who made it to the championship game, including Jaden Daniels on the Commanders, and all of them lost. None of the rookie quarterbacks that made it to the championship game in their first year advanced to the Super Bowl. Jaden Daniels will actually be the first to do so, and I think he will fall short narrowly. It's going to be an extremely close game. I have the Eagles winning by just 2 more points than the Commanders. That's how close I think this game would get. But in terms of the matchups for all the positions, you take a look at quarterback, I do give the Commanders a slight advantage. Jaden Daniels is the better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, especially considering that he was a little injured last week. But I think that's not going to matter because Saquon Barkley would absolutely shred the Commanders' defensive line. But if the Eagles, for some reason, pass more often than they run, I think that would give Commanders a benefit because their pass defense is better, obviously, because they struggle to stop the run. But I do like Marshawn Lattimore on the Commanders' defensive back side. I think he can compare up really good with Devontae Smith. Not so much A.J. Brown. But other than that, I think Eagles are going to win this game. If the Commanders do somehow pull this one off, I won't be surprised because they have proven that they can beat the Eagles in the past, like the last matchup, December 22nd, the most recent, in which the Commanders won, but that was in Washington, obviously. This is going to be played in Philadelphia, in which last time it was, the Eagles ended up winning by 8 points. And keep in mind that the Commanders squeezed by with the victory over the Bucs in the wild card. They actually almost lost. I believe the Bucs should have beat the Commanders if Baker Mayfield didn't fumble in, I believe, the last drive or opportunity for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So they actually would have been long gone in the wild card if Baker Mayfield didn't fumble. But what really surprised me and impressed me on the Commanders is that divisional game from last week, in which they absolutely dismantled the Lions' defense. Not offensively, because the Lions' offense is pretty hard to stop. And considering that Jared Goff threw all those picks, they actually could have almost won that game if he didn't throw all those picks. So I think the Eagles might have the edge. Now, this is a divisional game, so it will be really scary. And like I said, if the Commanders win, I won't be shocked. I actually almost did pick them. And if you're asking who I personally want to win, I want the Commanders to win over the Eagles, even though I'm not a fan of any of those teams. So now we move on to the AFC Conference Championship. Honestly, I want the Chiefs to lose at all costs. I'm tired of them going to the Super Bowl over and over again, just like Tom Brady and the Patriots, a dynasty. This is basically the 2.0. This is basically the same with the Chiefs. It was basically, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Now, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have taken over to replace that dynasty. It's practically the same thing. But as far as this game goes, I want the Bills to win, not because I'm a fan of their team. I'm not a fan of the Bills. I actually dislike them, but I don't want the Chiefs to make it to the Super Bowl once again. I despise the Chiefs more than any other team. But I'm not going to be biased, obviously, in this video, as I'm not politically. I hope that's what I tried to do. But if you take a look at the last time these two teams played, guys, the Bills won by 9 points. It was more than a score. They only scored 21 points to the Bills 30. So the Bills actually held the Chiefs down to just in the low 20s, which is good on their defensive part. But guess what? You take a look at the Bills' injury report. They're going to miss their starting safety. I believe Taylor Rapp is going to be out. He did not practice the entire week with a back/hip injury, and he will be out, which is going to be huge. A big, I would say, breather for the Chiefs, because the last time Taylor Rapp was out, the Ravens and the Texans, I believe, destroyed the Bills defensively. Now, as far as the offense goes, they're going to be pretty healthy. I believe they will score a ton of points. So my score prediction for the Bills and Chiefs is going to be 31-28. Chiefs win by 3 points, a last-second field goal, probably because of black magic. So I don't actually have the Chiefs winning. I would say it's probably the refs or just the black magic that they have on their side, and that will send them off to Louisiana, where I believe that's where the voodoo stuff is made at. So it kind of makes sense if that's part of the script or anything. And they will have a rematch. And the last time the Chiefs had a rematch was actually last season, where they rematched the 49ers from the 2020 Super Bowl. So I am predicting that we're going to have 2 consecutive straight Super Bowls in a row, 2 years in a row, of back-to-back rematches. The 49ers and the Chiefs, obviously, last year from 2020, and now the Eagles and the Chiefs from the 2023 Super Bowl. And obviously last year the Chiefs ended up winning in overtime against the 49ers. So will they do it again? If you're wondering who I am predicting to win the Super Bowl 59, you will have to stay tuned for next week when it's all said and done. I'm not going to tell you who I think will win just yet, because obviously some injuries would happen, even though they have an extra bye week because of the Pro Bowl. So you take a look at the Chiefs, they're pretty much, healthy. They don't really have any injuries. In fact, they don't at all. So that's actually scary. If you have a healthy Chief team on top of the refs helping them and the Black Magic, you would have. I mean, if you're the Bills, you should be scared that your starting safety Taylor Rapp is out. Also, one of their corners might be out as well, which is not good. Obviously, Christian Benford with a concussion is questionable to play, so he might play. But even if he does, he's going to be banged up. He did not practice on Friday, and he was limited throughout the week. So I had the Chiefs and Eagles in Super Bowl 59. Did I want this matchup? The truth is no, I do not want this matchup. I wanted it to be the Washington Commanders and the Buffalo Bills. So hopefully I'm wrong. And, if you haven't heard about the Super Bowl logo theory, this would mean that it is right. Because the Super Bowl logo for 59 in Louisiana, obviously in New Orleans, that's the Saints Stadium. The colors on that logo is green and red, which that would match for obviously the Chiefs and the Eagles. Now, I'm not predicting these two teams to win just because of the logo itself. That's not the case. I do think they're going to win. I hope I'm wrong, though. I want the Bills and Commanders to win. I think that will be a much better, more enjoyable Super Bowl to watch. But that will just prove the logo theory right once again. Let me know if you heard of that logo theory before in the past. But that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Do you guys want more sports type of videos? I do love the NFL. And let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to go to the Super Bowl in New Orleans of 59? Is it going to be the Bills, Commanders, Chiefs, Eagles? Who's it going to be? What are your predictions in the comment section down below? One last final reminder to subscribe, click that bell so you don't miss all my content, press the like button, share this video. Don't forget, we do have memberships, so you can find links to that in the description section if you are interested. Thank you everyone for watching.